I'ma keep it real with you. 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 I'ma keep it real with you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Brawlhalla CEO Dreamland Online Championship. It's
That's right, man. I'm
we're
excited. I'm excited.
we're home, right? This
Yeah,
is yeah,
yeah.
we're all it's we're going full online right now with this tournament. We had to cancel the tournament at the last minute before. Nobody got to play at CEO Dreamland. So this is it. This is CEO Dreamland happening online right now.
I mean,
We've
that's what
got
matters. They get
yeah,
to throw down in these matchups, and we've got a little bit of an international mix going on today.
that's right. And this will be probably the first and only time you see an official tournament happening with international players competing against each other. So we're going across the oceans now. Now, luckily, for the first time ever in Brawlhalla Esports history, we have a private server set up for this tournament. It just so happens we had the extra server, right? And everybody, since this tournament's only happening on one region anyway, we get to use this private server for the tournament. So, uh,
Sick.
and this private
It's
server
awesome.
happens to be a little more north than the normal US East servers. So I think our European players who are major contenders in this tournament, despite being online, they're going to have a better connection to NA than they've ever had before. So,
Yeah.
like the second seed team, Viper and Hermison, they, a lot of people might count them out because they're playing in a North American tournament, but there's a solid
Right.
chance that they could do extremely well this tournament. I mean, not to mention it's Viper and Hermison. Do you remember those guys in the
Oh,
World
yeah.
Championship? They're insane.
Absolutely wild.
So I'm expecting big things from them. Also, let's look down our seating list here real quick. We have
Okay, yeah.
Sandstorm and Boomy at the top. No surprise there. Viper and Hermison talked about them. Cody Travis and
Yep, yep.
SCTP Wilson in third seed. They got second
Yeah.
place in the recent Winter Championship online. Um, and this is a big team, right? And they'd
Yeah.
probably be seeded second if not for SCTP Wilson missing the World Championship last year, wasn't able to attend, and so his
Yeah.
rankings went down a little bit while everybody else went up. Um,
And this
they are
is one of
major
the
contenders.
yeah, and that one's one of the more interesting newer constructions for the year. Because historically it was always like Cody Travis and Isidru, and man, now seeing him with SCP Wilson, like they absolutely crushed it in the Winter Championship. So I want to see what they've prepared for us today.
Yeah. So here we are, the Brawlhalla CEO Dreamland online tournament
Woo.
2v2 happening right here. I'm excited. Huge teams. I throw Little Cap, Ethan Noel, Pugsy and Days, Santi and Simba, Tiffany and Cake. Tiffany and Cake, you heard right.
Whoa,
Tiffany and Cake. That's one of the teams here. That's going to
that's
be
awesome.
interesting. Phazon and Remy, Fozy and Daiku, and of course Wrenched and Koslix, you know them.
Yep, yep.
This is going to be a
So
very
running
good
down that
tournament.
list, we've actually got our first match getting set up, and I know this is one that you are particularly excited for. Some of your favorite players to watch.
Yes. Well, we got Fiend and DB here that are going to be
That's
going up against
right.
Kaiser and Contrast. Now, Kaiser and Contrast, maybe slightly lesser known names, but these guys are insane. But Fiend and DB, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from these guys. They're playing from Brazil, coming all the way over here. Their connection making it all the way out to America.
Yeah.
We'll
So
see
that
how
way
they
can
do.
throw
I mean,
down.
I'm expecting good things from them, despite they are at a disadvantage connection wise, right? But
I mean, they're crazy
I don't think it's going to
players.
affect them very much. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes they will do a couple like custom game matches over in just with some of the other North American players, and the North American players always say, "Oh man, Fiend can be a career ender. This guy is absolutely crazy."
And Fiend playing Taros is a little out of the blue,
Oh,
right? I don't think I've ever seen him play Taros. And Fiend loses the first stock. There goes DB,
oh my
not without taking out
gosh.
his teammate as well. Kaiser down to his second stock, and Contrast is just killing it right now. He's not even in red.
Yeah, he's the only one with 3 stocks still left, and that's what's been giving his team the upper hand, the advantage. We see a ton of different axes flying around the stage right now, but it's Bryn who tops out at the maximum speed for all those characters.
That's a good point. Contrast still
Look
holding
how
all
he could
three of
just
his
swoop
stocks.
right in.
And DB and Fiend are both in red on their second stock, and Contrast still hasn't lost one. These guys are maintaining control.
Oh!
What a punish! Everyone's down except Fiend.
Fiend having to return fire. I mean, but the problem is the stocks got evened up. But Fiend is so incredibly damaged. He
Yeah.
needs to play the
and this
stock
could be
perfectly.
it.
Oh!
Oh man.
Kaiser
Miami
with that
Dome.
side
it's
air.
It's so small. The axe cider was just enough to get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the danger of hanging around on the corner there.
That was a really great equalizer by Fiend. I mean, he brought his team closer than ever, but unfortunately, losing that stock now puts it to where Kaiser and Contrast are just and have a pretty significant lead, and they're whittling down now. Maybe they did it! They took out Kaiser. It's a 2v1 now with Contrast. They might be able to win this. They're gonna have to play this so perfectly. Fiend's going for the double, of course.
Oh my gosh!
DB to
And
finish
DB
it.
to
That's it.
swoop in and clean it up. He's so good.
Oh my goodness, they could potentially win this.
Man, what an absolute turnaround. DB really just showing in the clutch. I mean, landing that signature to take out Kaiser and then swooping in for the coverage onto Contrast, taking that first stock off of him. So now Contrast left alone, but he's not out. If he can score just one solid blow on either of these competitors, he's earned himself the 1v1.
Yeah, if anything, Contrast is at the advantage right now, despite being one in a 2v1.
Oh.
Both of these guys, they're just a side air away. There's one. DB goes down. Can Fiend somehow, it'd be a miracle if he can make it back from this.
Man, it's a tall order, especially now that he's unarmed, having to dodge through. He grabs the hammer. There's going to be a ton of damage for it. Wow, going for the big plays with the slide charge.
He went for
Oh!
it, man. Oh, that was so close. Very well fought by Fiend and DB. Remember, it's all best of fives here today. So they're going to have their time to adapt.
Yeah, it looks like DB still locking in with Roman Reigns and Fiend still on Taros. That's just a ton of strength on the field. It started off a little rocky for them in that first match, but man, they turned it around right till the end. But it's Contrast with the clutch factor right now.
Yeah, we're going back to Miami Dome. I didn't think that stage worked out very well for DB and Fiend. It seemed like they were dying to, at times where they'd ordinarily hold their stocks a lot longer, they were dying to like side airs, you know? Just because it's a very small stage.
Well, you know what? Maybe they're thinking, if I die to side airs, maybe they'll die to side airs.
Die
we
to
have more
side
strength.
That's a good point. Nice.
We just need to do to them what they did to us. Easy.
Everything totally even right now. Fiend's playing on the corner straight up. He's going for some Taros cheese, man. Oh, nice. The double neutral air from Hammer. That was sweet. DB and Fiend are the Hammer Bros.
That's what they're looking for.
Nice
Uh-oh,
punish
big
from
side
Fiend.
signature.
Contrast
Almost
isn't
enough.
out. DB goes down at the same time, but Fiend returns fire. He gets the recovery on Contrast. This could be the KO.
Oh!
Fiend bringing his team ahead. Nice play.
That was like the Queen sacrifice. It was the DB sacrifice. We'll trade one of your stocks for one from each of them. Absolute domination.
Now Fiend's got to hold on to this stock and do some damage with it before he goes out. Contrast trying to make quick work of him. He's changing his attention to DB. Fiend's back onto the stage and he's so damaged. He's got to be careful. How is he alive? Fiend! He's okay.
Oh!
Fiend
Even from the top
died.
of the screen.
But, you know, meanwhile, with all of this craziness Fiend's been doing, DB's been taking some damage, man. While Fiend was trying to survive, DB was taking the brunt of both of them. And now, wow, what happened to Fiend? He
just went down. He's down.
He disconnected. Ah, man. That is unfortunate. The internet's crazy right now,
they are playing cross-region.
Yeah, cross-region. I mean, not to mention just in general.
Right.
The internet's being used pretty heavily at a time where most people are home. So, unfortunate.
Uh-oh, but DB's got one.
DB is...
Let's see. Uh-oh. Can he go for the clutch? Oh my gosh, he's just fighting him off.
How much
you
longer
believe?
can he keep this up?
Oh my gosh, at least once more.
There's just no way.
Covers wide. Uh-oh, gets clipped by the down air, but he still managed to touch the side and return. Oh my gosh, the gravity cancel haymaker. He's still making this work.
He's proving very difficult to finish off here. Contrasting Kaiser, kind of taking an alternative approach to finishing over here. There it is.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Oh, what?
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was going to get the hit. Maybe the recovery and the chase dodge. That would have definitely brought him back. So incredibly close, man.
It is unfortunate. Fiend disconnected there. We're going to give him a little bit of time to reconnect back. He's not back in the lobby yet, so we are waiting right now. Kaiser, in contrast, up 2-0.
That's right.
DB and Fiend.
Because everything here, as you said before, is best of 5. So you got to win 3 games to progress on in the tournament.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Man, interesting. Well, while we're waiting for Fiend, let's take a look at the bracket here and see what else is going on in this bracket. Looks like Phazon and Remy have already 3-0'd Rada and Snorley. And then we've got Wingshell and Pier facing off against Jakey Boy Kaufman's team. And Wingshell and Pier are up 2-1 against them right now. No surprise, that's a strong team. I anticipate Wingshell and Pier to go very far in this bracket.
Ooh, and it looks like it just confirmed
stacked bracket. What?
That they did take that set 3-1.
Okay, Wingshell
will
and
be
Pier
going up against iThrow and Lil Cap for their next set.
And then looks like Kui and Isidru took out Super 521 and Schwarpy. That's right.
Yo!
The man himself, Schwarpy, is competing in this tournament. And,
awesome.
well, he just went down 3-0 to Kui and Isidru. That's okay. That's a pretty extreme team.
It's double elimination.
They'll do better in the lower bracket.
I believe.
Double Diamond and Tropius have won over Cinco and Grizzy 3-0. Fozy and Daiku are facing off against Turbozag and Baboot right now. They're up 1-0 in the set. Looks like it's taken a while. Blood Diamond and LDZ, the West Coast Best Coast out here. They're competing from way over on the other side of the country. And they just won 3-0 over Camise and Sandwick. And Wretched and Coslicks as well, 3-0 over Rio and Ghost. So we got a lot of new matches starting up while we wait for this match to finish up. 2-0 right now in favor of Kaiser and Contrast. We'll see if Fiend can make it back here. We're going to give him a little extra time. This is pretty special circumstances. This whole tournament is a special circumstance. So we're all going to roll with the punches. We're all in this together, you know? We're rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I will say it is worth noting that this set right now is the only one in the line that's poised for an upset this early on in the tournament. So Kaiser and Contrast really making it work. I mean, it was Contrast in that first match that really turned it around. He was fighting 2v1 and managed to take out both opponents. So
yeah, you certainly can't discredit Kaiser and Contrast for how well they're doing in this match just because Fiend and DB are fighting from a different region. They really are playing well, you know. You know, Fiend and DB
even before anything happened, like they had the advantage too in that second match.
Well, you know what's going to happen to the winner of this set is they go on to fight Sandstorm and Boomy. So...
do you want to win or do you aim for the Nah, I mean, listen, double elimination, you always want to stay in that top bracket because your reward for making it all the way through is winner. Like grand finals, you only need to win 1 set. If anybody's coming from the lower bracket, they got to win 2.
Right,
it's so just incredibly difficult.
And through the whole bracket, the winners bracket is less matches to win. Yeah. So in this particular bracket we have is 3 matches to win before you make it into top 8 winners side, and that's huge, right? Because top 8 winners side means 2 more matches and you're in grands. But every match, progressively harder opponents. You're fighting against other people who haven't lost yet. Some of these teams, you know, they get better and better the more time they play. That's the thing.
You know, in a tournament as stacked as this one is, that seems like such an incredibly long road. Because, you know, you're like, oh man, I've got to win 3 sets just to make it into top 8, and it's against the best players in the world. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, seriously, like for any of these guys, like Rio and Ghost, for example, those are 2 good players. They are actually good players. they'll probably beat anybody watching this stream right now, other than the people who are in the tournament,
yeah.
right? But their first match, their very first game in this tournament is against Wrenched and Kostlix. Good luck, man. You know, it's a very, very stacked tournament. Everybody in this bracket we know very well. You know, we know them by name, by face, and personally. So a lot of round 2 matches are starting up here. Tiffany and Cake versus Phazon and Remy about to go down. iThrow and Lil Cat versus Wingshell and Pier. And then we've got Ethan and Noel versus Kui and Isidru. Some of these matches we're going to wait for. We're actually, like, we'll probably watch Tiffany and Cake versus Phazon and Remy. I think right after this, that's the match we're going to be watching. So that's going to be cool.
Nice.
And then Cody Travis and STTP Wilson versus Blood Diamond and LDZ. And you know, LDZ, we talk about LDZ a lot. He is the 2-time champ. He won the very first World Championship. He won the 2017 World Championship directly after that. And when he didn't win doubles in those, but he got like 2nd place in the first one in doubles. He's insane. LDZ seems to be rebranding himself, and he's going by the name of Zico now. So I don't know. It's gonna take me a while to start calling him Zico, but he's Zico in this bracket. He's Zico on Steam.
All right.
I think he's making the change. He is Zico now.
I like it. You know, sometimes you just gotta refresh it. Gotta refresh the brand.
So we're probably coming up here on the end of time. That sounds a little extreme. On how much time Fiend would get to reconnect. We're trying to find out. It looks like our TOs are trying to talk to DB to see if DB has any information about Fiend. I mean, for all we know, his power's out and he has no way to talk to anybody. But it looks like he's getting things going. DB is saying that he's got the game open. Is he connected to the internet? I don't know. We're figuring it out.
Right, well,
but we're going to give people extra time. Yeah,
drop in.
I would really like to see this match end and not just have to, you know, make a TO call on it, right? We'll see.
Yeah.
Looks like Fozy and Daiku.
Special circumstance.
Fozy and Daiku won their match against Turbo Zach and Badevar.
Hey, man. So it was 3-1, but that set took a while. So I imagine a number of those games went the full distance. They must have been hard fought.
Yeah, they certainly did.
I mean, Turbo Zach and Badevar, they go to most every land that, like, I know DreamHack Montreal, we were hanging out with them. And, like, Turbo Zach always comes to the World Championship. Badevar was there. Like, always love seeing them at these events.
Sounds like Fiend's about to get in. There he is. Hey,
Ooh,
Fiend is back. Let's go.
Right.
Okay. Get this tournament match on the road. He's readying up immediately. He's good to go. Okay, here we go.
Look at DB swapping over to Macho Man Randy Savage.
I wonder how that's going to work out for him.
He keeps the axe, but he trades that hammer for a lance.
They did really well with the hammer. DB is one of the best hammer players in South America. So to see him switching off of it's a little curious, but maybe, he's got a plan. Obviously, he's got a plan. Here we go. Kaiser in contrast up 2-0 against Fiend and DB. This could be the last game of this match.
And they're going back to Miami Dome?
I can't believe we're going back to the Dome.
I don't know.
Crazy.
I mean, if you're down 2-0 on a certain map, like, you would think you would just change it up. Oh my gosh.
Both of the first 2 matches happened on Miami Dome, right? Like, these guys are crazy.
Yeah, but maybe they know something that we don't about this change over to Macho Man. But Kaiser doesn't even care who you've changed to. He's going to come flying in with that ground pound, taking the first stock off of DB, giving his team the advantage.
Yeah, and Contrast is barely even hurt right now. Scratch that! DB! And with the finisher!
Wow!
Oh my goodness! He went from yellow to dead in the span of 3 seconds. What a nice play! But Kaiser gets the KO on Fiend, and now they're both down to their second stock, while Kaiser still got all 3. They're looking for the finisher on Kaiser. Fiend might get him right here, but a perfect spot dodge from Kaiser. Staying alive and getting punishes. He's getting so much damage out on Fiend. And finally, yes, the side air taking out Kaiser. down to his second stock now.
Uh-oh, Fiend poised to take out Contrast. Oh my gosh,
that's a
he
huge
did it!
gift. That's a huge gift. He took out his recovery. I mean, he was at yellow. Oh, that's insane. Nice play.
Ooh, and DB surviving, managing to get back. Oh, but a beautiful team combo taking out Fiend. And just like that, we're back tied neck and neck.
Contrast and Kaiser with the alley-oop, finishing off Fiend's second stock there. DB very damaged as well. They should be able to take him out with just about anything. There it is.
Yep.
Down line, just swinging a home run. Great punish from Kaiser onto Fiend. Fiend's looking like he's in trouble here, but he pushes him away. Oh, wow!
Yo!
Can he finish it? Oh, it looks like
Kaiser
Contrast.
swooping in.
That was a
Trying
good,
to take some of that pressure off.
Yeah, that was a good pressure relief there from Kaiser. Contrast is looking like he was in trouble, man. Fiend had him on the ropes. Now Fiend loses his weapon. He's close to death, but so is Contrast. They might be able to force the 2v1.
Oh!
Nope.
So now it's all up to DB. He's got Kaiser down off the side. Kaiser using the gravity cancel for a little bit of stalled recovery.
This is not, it's not impossible for him to win this. It is going to be difficult.
But it is still a tall order. My
yeah,
gosh,
I mean,
it is
he's got
3 stocks to
Contrast.
cut through.
He's got
2 of
Contrast
them
that
are
basically
hanging
one
by a
hit.
thread. Yeah, exactly.
And then if Contrast goes down, it's a long 1v1 against Kaiser, you know, and the whole time.
Oh my gosh, there's one. Oh, but
no. He used the
Kaiser.
chainsaw. It was awesome. But he was
Yeah.
left so vulnerable after the chainsaw finished. Even though he got the kill, it was like a free punish for Kaiser.
Yeah.
Good
That's why if
game.
you're ever going for... Yeah, that was absolutely intense. I can't believe it went as close as it did in that final match. So incredibly well played. That was winner's bracket action. So we will still see more from Fiend and DB because
they're
they
not
gotta
out yet.
try and burn through the lower bracket.
They're
But
gonna
now,
go down.
Continuing on.
Yes.
Oh.
No,
yeah.
no. I was gonna say who are they fighting next, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Or do we?
Yeah,
Yes,
they'll-
we do know. It's gonna be.
Oh.
No, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Never mind.
All right.
Okay, next match coming up. Remy and Phazon, the old tournament favorites. These guys were the second-ranked 2v2 team in the world for a very long time through 2019.
Yep.
They're going to be going up against Cake and Tiffany, a cross-region team. Cake is, you know, talking about past rankings. Cake has been the #1 player in Europe overall, 1v1 and 2v2 combined. He was the #1 player in Europe for a very long time. And he's going to be teaming up with Tiffany, a major contender in many tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
I have a good feeling about Cake and Tiffany. However, I do believe the upper hand is largely in Remy and Phazon's hands. They are the guys.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Phazon and Remy, we've seen them have extensive practiced 2v2 combos. So
Big
if
time.
you get caught out alone, you can expect that stock to just disappear.
Yeah, and it's not even just the rehearsed combos. Just in general, they have a flow. You know, they don't get in each other's way. They follow up off each other in ways that you'd expect that you'd just be killing your teammate on, right? But they're like dancing around each other's hitboxes. They're following up off of everything. They extend
Synchronized.
combos.
They have
into
the
so
mind
much.
meld.
But you know, we talk about that synergy that they have, but this fight is turning into 2 separate 1v1s here, and if it stays like that, I feel like Cake and Tiffany might be better off.
Yeah, I mean, Great Hall is a good map for it. It's got a lot of platform space, so that way you can separate out into these fights and don't really have to bump elbows.
Cake might be
too
in
much.
trouble. Oh, nice. Cake made it back. It looked like Phazon was about to catch him there. Oh, Cake, catch him! It was all a part of the plan. Send Cake up there with Remy, and Cake finishes him off.
I love it. The fastball special.
Obviously part of the plan. Very good strategy here from Tiffany and Cake.
Ooh, Tiffany trying to get some extra damage onto Remy. He is the only one down on 2 stocks. Tiffany still surviving. That bow recovery sends you along the diagonal, and that is the farthest distance to any of the knockout lines.
They're
And this
so
stage
red.
has a pretty tall ceiling.
Okay, Tiffany goes down. About time. My goodness, she was so red. And there goes Cake. Phazon still rocking all 3 stocks. Phazon is quite the stock tank. I think we saw it in Pro Series last year. He can hold on to stocks, man.
And even right now, I mean, sure, we see him entering the red there, but like he can still survive one more strong hit.
Yeah,
maybe.
especially on Great Hall. This is a great map for it. And they're fighting against Double Bryn. You know, all of Double Bryn's, like a lot of Bryn's sends are that upward diagonal. You know, the least efficient distance from the stage to kill somebody. And
and Phazon.
Oh no! Whoa!
Manages to expend Cake's options. Cake is down. Tiffany is down. Remy swooping in, getting that knockout. It is now 5 stocks to 2, just like that.
I mean, they are the team, man. Phazon and Remy, they're seated criminally low in this tournament, right? I mean, they are a team. They are a force to be reckoned with. But okay, he's fine. Remy's fine.
He's fine.
Don't
He's fine.
even
He
worry
knows
about him.
what his options are. He saved that recovery for so long, but Cake didn't even give him a chance to spend any options out there.
That was a nice little
Phazon
combo.
getting pinballed back and forth.
That was a freestyle combo. You know these guys haven't rehearsed anything. They teamed up like a day ago.
Yeah.
They were, and the reason they're teamed up, they were, you know, both of these guys were teamed with Tiger and Alice respectively. But Tiger and Alice decided, even though they're allowed to play, they're just too far from the server, not even worth trying it. So they formed a team instead, you know? So Tiffany and Cake both abandoned by their international teammates. I don't want to say abandoned. It was a good play for them, but
I mean, right now, Cake, unfortunately, forcefully abandoned by Tiffany. She is out of here, no stocks left, and now Cake is left alone in this 2v1, and Remy and Phazon are just covering the skies.
Ooh.
Recoveries aplenty, there is no escape.
He nearly got that one.
Man, so now, Cake and Tiffany, it is up to them to make the adjustment, and it looks like Tiffany swapping over to the Ragnar.
I agree with this pick. This is a smart pick by Tiffany. No, not just because I'm hilariously biased towards people who play guitars, especially Ragnar and Queen Nai, but also because Tiffany, I feel like Tiffany's best performances have been on Ragnar and Kaya, you know? So she hasn't played Kaya in a long time, but Ragnar, I think this is a good play for them.
Foda, they are just giving you everything right now. You got guitars, you got Crystal Temple, like, look at this.
Listen to the music.
It's your favorite everything.
Hey, Bagel Productions, can you turn up the music, man? We got a jam. This song is a jam. Alright, so Phazon and Remy win game 1. It's a best of 5, 1-0 right now. Tiffany and Cake aren't, I think they're doing very well for what is stacked against them right now. Cake playing all the way from Sweden right now, I believe.
Whoa. Oh man, but unfortunately it looks like that swap over to Ragnar didn't pay off in the first stock yet. Maybe it's a long-term investment.
It's a long-term investment. You know, you got to play your cards right. You got to take the safe bets. You know, and you can't you don't want to sell too early, right? So
oh yeah, I mean nobody would ever sell Tiffany short. So unfortunately, it looks like Remy is trying to make the aggressive plays, getting pogoed off.
So
my gosh, Tiffany somehow survived.
They're doing this double edge guard, man. It's insane.
Remy and Phazon still sitting on 3 stocks, and they're doing this kind of stacked aggression, where one will just leapfrog in front of the other, but not too far behind. They are poised and ready to get any kind of punish, whether their teammate gets tagged or not.
Yeah, you can see it in their edge guards a lot of the time. Most teams won't both edge guard somebody because it's so easy to gimp your teammate by accident, but these guys go for it.
Ooh, Tiffany almost had that neutral signature, just barely a little too late.
It is a quick reaction. Remy with all 3 stocks still, and Cake's looking for the finisher. Tiffany gets it, nice! The downlight to recovery, finishing off Remy's second stock. But Tiffany is very damaged here. You're gonna have to play an amazing stock, somehow deal all this damage without getting hit because she's already at a kill range. And this could be it. No, she's still alive.
Good. I mean, that's the extra defense stance. She went for the defense. Ragnar's got a base of 6. That's actually pushing up to 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, kinda out of 8, right? Well, no, we have some characters can get to 9,
Yeah.
but we don't have a 10 defense legend yet.
Correct.
One
Ooh,
of these
Kate going
days.
for a big read on the signature, but Remy gets the punish. He found the dodge,
Oh!
got the recovery.
Tiffany's
Still
going way out
side.
here. Oh no, he went back. Okay.
Oh man,
Ooh, Remy and Phazon
way
take
out
the
off
lead.
the top.
What a save! But he dies immediately.
Sometimes
after
good
one combo.
interruption.
Yep, Tiffany came in and saved the day there. Phazon
Another
being
run
a
with
little
double stack
careful.
against-
Starting to stock
Ooh.
tank here. You see him, he's in red, but he's got 2 stocks, so he's not taking unnecessary risks. But at the same time, that's gonna hurt Red, who's on his final stock and in orange, so he can't be too defensive.
Yeah, Remy
Double.
really just trying to weave.